Well, guys, I'm still trying to get a hold of ProComm. This is the heater that I actually have. Nothing on YouTube about this particular heater. Now, I bought this. I can't show you all of it because there's some information on there that's mine. But I bought it. When did I buy it here? Hold on. Let me see if I can find a date to show you. Okay, I bought it 2013. October. Now again, it's 3 going on 4 years old. But, what is 4 years old? But, there's a but. The but is, I've been having problems with this from day one. And every time I called this number,
Please hold. Someone will be with you
I'd get that. And never, ever did they pick up. So then I called up Northern Tools, which is where I bought it from, and they had given me another number. Well, no, I'm sorry, they gave me the same number. All right, this is Northern Tools' phone number. They gave me the same number, saying that's the only number they have. Well, that's bullshit, because if they had to put up with what I put up with, then at that point, they would never be doing business with these people. You know, you can't tell me when you're going to order something, you know, me being a distributor for you, that I haven't got a way of contacting you. So I had said to them, well, even if you call them and I'm on hold, or call them and give them the message to call me, something. No, we haven't got any other number. Okay, I'll believe that one. And if you think I believe that one, you're a real turnip. So meanwhile, I'm on the net today, and I noticed there's another number, which wasn't there when I was trying a couple years ago. So now they got me on a 31-minute hold. So we'll see what happens. So while I'm on hold with them, I'm going to do some more work around here. That's plugged in. The switch for that, the power switch, is in the back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably just hook up a switch with a plug. So when I turn on that one particular switch, that set of plugs will kick in. I'll probably put 4 there, and I'll put another 4 up here someplace for something different, and on a separate switch. So that's what I'm in the interim of doing now. And then once I get some of that done, I can start doing a little bit more rearranging. So that's kind of where I'm at. And meanwhile, I'm dropping things here. How the hell did I drop a nail that I never even had? Well, okay. I'm sure you guys got all these things here. My wife said to me one day, because I got tons of these things, I got more of them out there, filled with all these screws. She goes, why don't you just get something so you can separate them all? I says, because then I'd have a wall the size of this filled with bins with 2 screws, 1 screw, 4 screws, and I still have to look through all those. So I might as well just keep everything in here. It's easier to look for. Oh, there's a bee, a dead bee on top of it all. Okay. Big old honeybee. I don't know if it's a honeybee or not, but it's a big old bee. So basically, I've been hunting through the air just finding some screws and things that I needed. Alright, as you can see, it's 24 minutes, and I'm still on hold with ProComm. So we will see what happens. Now, usually around this time, I'll get disconnected, but we'll see.
So here's what I found: a little bit more information about this particular heater in one of our binders.
Okay.
So you're saying that your set the thermostat is 73 and it's like maybe 60 in there.
Correct.
So is it working? It's doing that continuously?
All the time.
Okay.
Alright. And I've changed the thermostat. I have 3 different thermostats I've tried over the last couple years. The only way to get it to come on again is I have to turn it off down to the lowest temperature, wait for it to click, turn it back on again, and then when it clicks, it'll fire up. It'll run for a few minutes and shut off again.
Okay. I'm just looking through this extra information that I found in our little binder.
I appreciate
If
it.
there's any, I know, I'm so sorry you're having this kind of.
Well, I mean, okay, I appreciate it. You know, I mean, you know, and I don't want to be a hard ass, but you know, sorries don't help. But you know, but I understand. You're being nice about it. You know, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, sorry doesn't help. It's not doing you any good.
Yeah, I'm still freezing my ass off. So, but I do appreciate it.
You're very sweet.
Well, that makes two of us.
Oh, thank you. Let's see, pressure switch, thermostat. Oh. Wall mount unit that senses temperature to turn gas valve on off. That's all that says. We need a shooting. Well, I'm sorry. That little bit of binder information didn't help me any more than.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
No. Well, listen, I do appreciate your time, you know, so I'm going to let you go because, you know, there's other people I'm sure that need you more than I do at this point. After 4 years, I guess I'll just take it out and replace it with something different. You know, and at that point, you know, I mean, what am I going to do? I dealt with it long enough. There's no sense, you know, like I say, throwing more money into it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when you said 4 years, and yeah.
Yeah, you know, and even though it started happening the very first year, you know, I couldn't get anybody on the damn phone number. You know, it was ridiculous. You know, luckily I found this number on the internet, which I didn't find it last time because I was looking for it years ago. So,
Really?
yeah. But anyway, listen, have yourself a good one. Enjoy the weekend, and not a problem. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
She was nice about it. Otherwise, I'd be laying into her. But all she did was basically, she says, well, all I have is the troubleshooting guide that you have in the back of your manual. I said, well, I've been through all that. I said, I even had a tech out here at one point. He replaced a couple of the pills in there. It worked for about 8 hours, and then it stopped working again. You know, so I mean, I can't keep, you know, paying somebody to come out here and fix something that doesn't want to be fixed, apparently. I was hoping that somebody there would have an idea if there was any characteristics of this particular heater. You know, sometimes certain things have things that go all the time, you know, and a tech would be aware of that. You know, when I used to fix radios, you know, I knew if a Connex came in there and it wasn't transmitting exactly what happened. You know, and that's all there was to it. You know, the Connex, the guys used to tighten up the knobs too tight on the side to the bracket, and it would pull the chassis a little bit, which would disconnect the final from the board. And you couldn't just resolder it because it was already shot by that point, because from it connecting and not connecting blew it. So you'd have to replace it. You'd have to wedge it so they can't tighten it up between it, so there was no space between the case and the chassis inside. So no matter how tight they make it, it wasn't going to pull it from the board. So I mean, things have characteristics. And this one's picked up a squeak or something. Oh, okay, not a squeak, just a loose door. I took the door off it and I made sure the filters and everything were clean. But meanwhile, that's it. So calling them, half hour on the phone waiting. They finally got on, which was a lot better than the last 3 years, me trying to get a hold of them on a number that doesn't exist apparently, which is the one in the manual, 88 whatever it was. I put the manual back, 877 something. I recommend if you have a problem with one of their products, go to the internet and get that 866 number, not the 877 number. But at that point, I'm going to try to live with it through the year, through the winter. And we'll see what happens.